So, as you can tell, we're doing soft spoken. We haven't done it in a little while, but got a request to do it, so we're back with that. Now, I was thinking of doing this, sort of like combined 11s, but I didn't really know like how to format it. So I thought, why don't we just start off with doing a sort of a London Premier League combined 11. So the way this is going to work is there are obviously quite a few London clubs in the Prem. So we've got Brentford, Crystal Palace, Fulham, West Ham, Arsenal, Spurs, Chelsea. So 7 teams. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to pick one player at least from every single club, with a maximum of 2 from each club. So I can't just pick one from each club and then fill the rest out with Arsenal players. So I'm going to have to be strategic about this. Essentially we're going to try and build the best X side possible, and then we'll see where would this London-based team come in the Prem. Now we're doing it on Footbin just because it's good for visual representations. I'm not doing this like based on FIFA. This is based on real life, but Footbin probably the easiest in terms of showing the visuals. So yeah, hopefully you guys do enjoy. And if you do want me to do more of these sort of combined 11s, then I can do so. I was thinking of doing like a Manchester one, maybe something like that, and just pop a comment down below and let me know. And also, I don't do this often, but if you are new here, then please do subscribe, just because we are approaching 2,000 subscribers, which is crazy. So, I mean, I would absolutely love if we could hit 2k before the Premier League season starts. I don't know if we can, but if not, that's okay as well. But yeah, we're on the road to 2k, so I would appreciate it greatly. Anyway, so let's begin. Of course, let me know what changes you would make. So let's start in goal. So in goal, I've chosen Bernd Leno. Bernd Leno, he is the Fulham representative of the team. Now Leno has had a fantastic season. Really underrated season as well, I believe, because he's actually been one of the best goalies in the league, but I don't think people have realised it. Like, he has saved Fulham a lot. Fulham's defence has actually not been very good. But Leno's saved 6 more goals than expected. So he's had a fantastic season, and is definitely one of the reasons Fulham are so high in the league. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with putting him in there. Right back. And right back we have a Chelsea man. We have Reece James. So for me, even though he is very injury prone, when he's fit and on form, he is the best right back in the league. Maybe that's a bit of Chelsea bias, but at the very least he's definitely in the top 3 in the league. So for me this is a bit of a no-brainer. Yes, Joseph struggled, but he's probably our best player when fit. That is the problem, when fit. He does seem to get injuries quite a bit, but as I said, probably Chelsea's best player, so I had to get him in there. Centre back. So we've got a Spurs boy. We've got Christian Romero. Yeah, we'll do that. So yeah, Romero is in. He is a Spurs representative. Obviously, Spurs have not had a great season, and I think Romero on an individual level probably hasn't had the best of seasons. However, I do think he still is a very good centre back. And we saw at the World Cup how good he was, because when he was paired in a back four next to somebody who was experienced, level-headed in Otamendi, Romero was fantastic. That partnership was one of the reasons Argentina won the World Cup, because they were so solid at the back. So yeah, he can be a bit aggressive sometimes, but I think next to a calm head, he can do pretty well, and I think under Ange Postecoglou he will be a very key member of the squad, and he certainly is one of the better centre-backs in the league. So, having said that, at centre-back, now, this one was a bit of a hard one, to be honest, because, in fact, I'm thinking of changing my mind about it. I might actually change it, because I'm thinking about how this team would play realistically. So, I'll tell you what I'm thinking of. So, I was thinking of putting Mark Gay in here, for Crystal Palace. However, now I'm thinking I should put Joachim Andersen, just because he's a bit more experienced and probably would pair better with Romero. But then again, I still don't think that would be an amazing pairing. So now I'm thinking of putting Thiago Silva or William Saliba in there. But then that just messes up the whole team I have planned. Actually, yeah, oh God, okay. We're gonna freestyle right now. We're gonna put Thiago Silva in. This is going off. But yeah, the striker card. This is not the plan I had, but I basically just talked myself into this because I do think that these two would be a sensational pairing. I must say, they would be incredible. As I said, Romero next to a calm head who's experienced. I think it's the perfect duo. You got someone who's aggressive, you can go into people, and then you got someone who's just calm and experienced, composed as ever, even at his age, still one of the best centre-backs in the world. And yeah, I think these two would be a monster pairing at the back, to be fair. I think that would be perfect, a lot better than what I had planned. Now we have to think about this. So originally I was going to have Ben Chilwell here, but now I cannot do that because I have Thiago Silva and Reece James. So now I'm thinking, I think the best bet is probably to go for Tyreek Mitchell. Yeah, I think that probably gives us a good balance as well, because actually let's swap them around like that. Actually no, yeah, we'll go like that. I think Darren Mitchell is probably a solid pick here in terms of giving us balance, because Reece James is a fullback who loves to go forward. Tyreek Mitchell is one who doesn't really go forward, but is pretty solid defensively. Yeah, he's not the best pick here, but I think he'll do solid alongside someone like Thiago Silva. I think he would do pretty decent. I could go Rico Henry, Aaron Hickey here if I want, or Anthony Robinson maybe, or Emerson. I don't think would work, but we'll leave Mitchell in there for now. We might change him in a little bit. Into the midfield, and this is where the team for me is at its best. This is one of the reasons why I had to kind of freestyle here, because I did not want to change these three at all. So, in the DM role, we have Declan Rice. Now, I must state that this is, of course, as of recording. So, for example, Declan Rice and many others than him might have left their clubs and might be out of London, but as of recording, he is still at West Ham and one of the best midfielders in the league. Great midfielder, can do it all really, but I think his best attribute is when he just sits in front of the defence. But he is, added goals and stuff to his game now. Obviously, captain of West Ham, led them to Europa Conference League. So yeah, a no-brainer. Had to be the West Ham representative. Had to get him in the team. Alongside him, we have Arsenal boy Martin Odegaard. Martin Odegaard, again, one of the best attacking mids in the league. Had a sensational season. Captain of Arsenal. Yeah, obviously they didn't win the league, but he still had a incredible season on his own, and yeah, to complete the midfield, we have Abira Eze, who, where is he? He really hasn't got another card. Wow. Anyway, Eze, Odegaard and Rice. I think this is a incredible midfield. I think it's really balanced. You've got Rice, who will do the sort of holding role, and you've got Eze and Odegaard, both players who obviously like to create and like to go forward, but are also great workhorses, great sort of box to box as well. They will do the pressing and the running and defensive work as well. It's not just going to be Rice on his own here. And Eze, someone who before Hodgson wasn't great, but since he's moved into the midfield under Hodgson, he ended the season so well, and yeah, he's shown his talent. So I think these three midfield would be sensational. Right, let's go into the front three then. So front three, we've got on the left, we've got a Spurs boy, we've got Heung-min Son. So that's the second Spurs player. Now, to be honest, this was kind of out of necessity rather than want. Son has not had the greatest season, but having said that, he has still had his moments and shown glimpses. He did end the season quite strong as well. I still do think there is a good player in there, just not maybe, I don't think we'll see him at the level he once was, but this was kind of out of necessity because of the other two picks I have. I'll probably explain it. It's probably best to explain it at the end. But right wing, we have Bukayo Saka. Bukayo Saka, the second Arsenal player in the team. Obviously, one of the best right wingers in world football. One of the best players in the Prem. Had one of the best seasons. Really Arsenal's main man. Yeah, he didn't end the season well, but prior to that, he was probably the most important player to that Arsenal team, and it's been a sensational season for him. And then up front, to round off the team, we have the Brentford representative, who is Ivan Toney. Now, I know he's banned, so technically can't play in the team, but in my hypothetical world, he is not banned. And an unbanned Toney is a fantastic striker, one of the best strikers in the league. He can really do it all. He's that physical presence, he's got good hold-up play, good link-up play, he can dribble, he can take set pieces, good in the air, good at long shots. He's the perfect striker. And by far and away Brentford's best player, so I had to get him in. So I could have gone Harry Kane there, but as I said, I wanted to get Toney in just because he was the best Brentford player. And then the left wing spot, I was like, I could go Martinelli, but then I want to get Saka in, and I was like, who else do I put on right wing? There's not really any other candidates. So that's why I kind of out of force had to go for Heung-min Son on the left. But yeah, in terms of changes, actually I should probably add a little bench as to the players who are close to getting in. We've got William Saliba, then there's also Jared Bowen was close. I'll show you in a little while. Lucas Paqueta, about the changes you can make to this team. Joao Paulinho, how do you spell his name? Joao, there we go. Paulinho, Harry Kane, of course. Ben Chilwell was the other man, and then Mark Gay. Okay, actually I should probably add Martinelli, and yeah. Okay, so in terms of changes to the team, so originally this is what I would have had the team as, like that. But I think that Thiago Silva, I think Mark Gay and Romero as a pairing would not work. So I think Thiago Silva like that, or potentially just put. I'll probably go for Aaron Hickey. Just although the problem is, like he is more of a wing back, but I don't think that's too much of an issue. He has played fullback. Now in terms of changes you can make, so you could go for a. Also, maybe actually we could go. Where is he? Zinch. We could go get Zinchenko at fullback here, and then potentially put Paqueta in for Odegaard, like that. Or we could just swap Rice like that and put Joao Palhinha in there. But personally, I feel like I have to get Odegaard in there just because of how good he has been this season. Oops, that's not what I want. Let's put it back like that. You could also then, if we want to keep Odegaard, put Saka out for Jared Bowen, like that. That could work. But then again, I think Bowen's alright, but I don't know, this front three, especially with Son, Bowen, Tony, I don't know about that, to be honest. I feel like I have to get Saka in there. And then if we want to get Martinelli in instead of Son, take him out. We really need to find a better way of doing this. Like, okay, there we go. Then we're gonna have to put Mitchell back at left back, and then we'll probably have to put Paqueta in there. Could do that. That's not too bad, to be honest. That's not too bad. I'm not opposed to this team here. Or maybe if we wanted to get Harry Kane in there, then we can just put Aaron Hickey there, and then take Tony out, like that. That could work, but to be honest, I think the original team we had, where is it? So Mitchell in there, and then Rice, Odegaard and Eze, and then Ivan Toney for Kane, and Martinelli out for Son. I think this is probably the best team in terms of balance, in terms of how this team would work. I do think it probably offers a balance. You've got the aggressive and the calm centre back. You've got the fullback bombing forward on the right who can overlap Saka. You have Mitchell here who will be a little bit more reserved, which gives Eze the freedom down this left hand side. And also, you know, these two have worked together in the past. Heung-min Son, you've got there, who again, Mitchell won't necessarily be bombing forward, so Son will get a bit more space to work. Declan Rice will be holding down in the midfield. Odegaard and Eze will be doing the creative work, and also Odegaard can link up with Saka, but they can also do the pressing and running as well. And you've got Ivan Toney there who, you know, can drop deep and sort of bring Son, Saka, Odegaard, Eze, who'll be bombing forward into play, but also can be that physical presence for us. So when we get the ball, Reece James, who's fantastic at crossing, could cross that ball in, and Ivan Toney can head it in. So yeah, I think this team works very well. Let me know what changes you would make, and if you have enjoyed, please leave a like, consider subscribing. I'll see you in another video. Peace.